Hi, hello. This is Editing Sirsha hopping in to say a few things. The first of which is that my book is actually up for pre-order. I will have the links down below. It is available for pre-order on Amazon. It will also be on Kindle Unlimited, so if you have Kindle Unlimited and that's how you want to read it, no need to pre-order it. And it's also available on Barnes & Noble. However, currently as of right now, Barnes & Noble doesn't have all of the information populated, so it looks like you can pre-order it, but like the cover's not showing, the description's not showing. I will leave it linked anyways, just in case, because I think I've heard it can take like up to like a few weeks for that information to populate. I'm not really sure why, but it is what it is. Can't do anything about it. So, and for those of you who are interested, I will be having a pre-order go up on my website for signed copies, but it's just not set up yet. So stay tuned for that. And I will leave my website link down below. And if you're, a little late to this vlog and you want to see if the pre-order is up for that, you can go ahead and check. I'm not exactly sure when I will set it up. It'll probably be a little bit closer to release date because I have not ordered the author copies yet because I'm still waiting on the first proof from Ingram Spark where I will be ordering the author copies for my website. Other than that, the release date is officially November 21st, and I did get my proof copies in from Amazon, and the cover art is looking great, so I don't foresee there being any issue with the Ingram Spark one. And if there is, then there's a potential that the release date could get pushed back, but I think it's gonna be all good. So anyways, that's just a little update. The book is, you can buy it. You can buy my book. It's coming out on November 21st. So if it's not your thing, maybe you watch my channel for the writing content, but you don't read fantasy romance, that is a-okay. Don't feel like you need to get my book. It is fine. It's gonna find its audience eventually. Yeah, if you're not really a fantasy romance girly, but maybe you know some, maybe you could tell your friends about it or things like that. There's other ways to support if you want to. But yeah, so thank you so much if you do order it. I really appreciate you. I hope you enjoy reading it. Let's go ahead and get into this vlog. Hi, hello. Welcome to a new vlog. I'm knitting. I'm gonna knit while I ramble for a little bit just because today has been so cold. I need more socks. Like I need more knitted socks because they're my favorite things to wear. I did I tried to start a writing vlog a couple days ago. It didn't go anywhere. I think I tried to start it on Monday and then I forgot that I was filming it, and then Tuesday I went to the Sleep Token concert, the one that was at the Tacoma Dome. It was one of the most amazing experiences ever, and I'm still not over it, and I'm still not processed that like it was so amazing, and it also went by so quickly. Like it just felt like it started and then it was like over. Like I don't know, but I was also so present while I was there and trying to soak up all of the amazing vibes, and it was just incredible. We were sitting next to this other woman who was there with her husband, and we were just talking with them a lot during the concert and like having a good time. We would like look over at each other and we were just like, it was amazing. It was really the highlight of my year, honestly. Like, I definitely want to go again if they come back, and I 100% in the future would travel to go to one of the rituals. Yeah, so that was on Tuesday. Today's Thursday. So yesterday I had a live stream with Tia and Ash. It was really fun. It was very chaotic, as per usual. But we did get 3 sprints in, which was surprising. I thought we would end up only doing like 1 and like yapping a ton, but we did 3 sprints, and we also yapped a ton because it was like over a 4-hour stream. Let's see, yesterday during the stream I was able to write 1,597 words for Project Heartbeat, which is my dark romance. And I've realized I need to really enunciate when I say heartbeat because I don't know if this is a Pacific Northwest thing, but I mumble a bit I tend not to always enunciate my T's, I feel. I think it may be like the regional accent, maybe it's not, I don't know. But I feel like, you know, the Pacific Northwest accent is like, it's a little slower, and I feel like we don't always enunciate every syllable. But yeah, if I don't enunciate it properly, it sounds like I'm saying Project Harpy, which is like a creature, right? Is a mythical creature, but it's also a derogatory name for women. So I gotta enunciate properly. I'm now in Project Heartbeat. I'm now over 17,000 words into the zero draft. I've started to draft some of the non-smut part of the book. I'm literally almost at the sort of meet cute section, which is not going to be very cute, I will say. It'll be fun though. But I had an idea on the stream last night. I was kind of brainstorming, and then people were kind of like, oh, what if this happens? Oh, what if this happens? And it just got my brainstorming going. I don't know, I just got an idea for like how it could all happen. I'm very, very, very excited to write their meet cute. I'm like right there. It's like about to happen. So I just need to get a little writing in today, and we'll be able to write the meet cute. So I'm hoping I can do that today. I should put that on my actual to-do list. I have so much going on. Just also a little reminder for anyone who's keeping up with this. I don't know if I've talked about it in a video, or maybe I did, but my goal for book 2 of the Born and Made series is to get back to the draft on October 15th. I'm gonna start my read through, and I have a plan for kind of how I want to structure that, and I'm just really excited. I feel like read throughs are always kind of a mix of like, it's fun, but it's also like, then you read something, sometimes you're like, wow, I wrote that, and then other times you're like, oh, I wrote that. And I have a feeling that I'm just gonna come away from the read through with so many ideas, and also just a list, a huge long list of everything that needs to be fixed. I will be starting that on the 15th, depending. I will be starting that on the 15th, that's the plan. However, my book is scheduled to go up on NetGalley on the 15th, so we'll see. But leading into what I was gonna say, and why I'm bringing this up, is that I actually have a meeting with my cover designer tomorrow morning. We're going to go through the draft of the cover. She's gonna make some changes in real time as I'm giving her some feedback on like small things. So I don't really know how many things I'll want to change, but basically I am kind of trusting the process. I'm trusting her experience and her talent as an artist, because this is not my area of expertise whatsoever. So I don't really know how much I will need to give her feedback on, or if as I'm looking at it and I see certain things, I'm like, oh, what if we do this? Or like, oh, what if we do that? Because after seeing her mock covers, I did start having like, oh, ideas for like how I might want it to look. And then I need to give her the print file sizes, the actual dimensions of the paperback file sizes, and because Amazon KDP and Ingram Spark use different printers, those file sizes are going to be ever so slightly different, so I'll have to give her like both, and it needs to be like the final, because there's no, like, if I need them changed after that, she's going to charge me more, so that's final. That means that finalizes the interior of the book cover. It finalizes the interior of the book. We're almost, you know, it's gonna be up on NetGalley in 6 days. if I may have to push it back. So that's the thing, is after this meeting, if for example, which hopefully is not the case, but if for example, there's a ton that needs to still be done and she's not gonna be able to finish it in the next couple of days, then I will need to reach out to the NetGalley co-op that I'm using and say, hey, I gotta push this back because I don't have a cover. So I should hopefully know by tomorrow, and then I'll be able to ask NetGalley to push it back. I may, just to be on the safe side, I may ask NetGalley, the NetGalley co-op anyways. I may ask if I can move it back tomorrow regardless, just to make myself feel better. Like maybe to move it to like October 20th or something like that, because I don't want to put my cover, or yeah, I don't want to put my book up on NetGalley without a cover. I just think that that's not a good move, because the cover is what's going to catch people's interest. There's a lot going on. I am still very much a little bit stressed about it, but now that I know that my cover is mostly done, I'm feeling a lot better about it. So yeah, and then I have some other admin stuff to do today, but I also, that's what I was gonna do, is I was gonna add like, I'm gonna finish writing the meet cute today, because again, on October 15th, I will be back working on book 2 of the Born and Made series, which means that I won't have a ton of time to focus on any side projects. I still wanna be able to write in Project Heartbeat, like here and there. I just don't know, with all the admin stuff and the release stuff and everything, I just don't know when I'll have the time for that. Anyways, I will be back soon for a little update, and there's some other things on my to-do list that we'll tackle maybe together, and yeah, so see you soon. Okay, so just by the way, it is a hair wash day, so please do not judge me. Okay, so I have a little snack. I'm gonna have some chips and salsas, a little snack. But I just got done with my critique partner call. AJ and I had such a good conversation. It really helped me think through my timing for the release of A Taste of Bliss. I have a tentative release date. So we'll see. It's hinging on the cover, honestly. So once I see the cover tomorrow, I'll know approximately when it's gonna be done by. I'm pretty excited for everything now that I got off the call. I feel like this is always how it happens with her and I talking. It's like I'll go in and I'm like, I'm stressed, but then I leave the call feeling like very, very much inspired and chill. So tomorrow I have quite a full day. I have my cover designer meeting at 8:30 in the morning, which is sometimes I'm still asleep at that time, but I obviously will be awake for it, but I will be a little tired. And then I'm supposed to take my mom shopping, so we'll see if I'm still doing that tomorrow. Okay, so it's the next day. Sorry, I'm a little frazzled now because I've had to refilm this like 3 times. So it's October 10th. It's 10:30. I did just have my call with my cover designer, like it was at 8:30. And so now I'm like finally having coffee, and everybody keeps interrupting me, so I'm just sort of like, but yes, so I wanted to update on yesterday because I kind of forgot that I was vlogging, so I never like turned the camera back on to talk about what I got done yesterday. But I was able to get everything on my to-do list, and it's so long. I wish I could show you guys, but I got everything done. I had my call with my critique partner. I think maybe I talked about that a little bit, but it went really well. It was very calming. Kind of cleaned up some things in my interior files for like, not the manuscript, but like I found some typos in one of the end pages. Like I had used, for some reason I had used periods twice on that page instead of commas. It was very weird. I was like, how did I not catch this? So I think I just needed some space from it so I could come back with like fresh eyes and look at it and see those. So I fixed that, kind of added, I wanted to add like my cover designer to my acknowledgement section, just like, you know, a brief little thank you. And then I also wanted to add her into the, like her credit into the copyright page. Yeah. And those were things I hadn't done yet because I still don't have a cover, the final cover. But I've seen the draft of the cover. I'm very happy with what's there, and I'm excited to see, like we talked about some things that I wanted added to the cover, so I'm hoping it turns out well. I have every confidence that it's gonna be beautiful because she's very, very talented. It's just sort of one of those things of like, I don't have the vision that she has for it, so it's hard to know for sure if I'm gonna love the cover, but I'm like trusting the process. You know, it's like writing really, like, you know, you have an early draft that's just nothing like what you want the book to be, and you have to trust that you can get it there and that you can use your vision to get there. So like the cover is just missing some, you know, like those final details and some other things. So it's like, to me, it's hard to see what it could turn into. So I just have to trust. I just have to trust the process. But I also got some writing done yesterday, which is exciting. I finally wrote the meet cute for Project Heartbeat. But yeah, I'm just excited that I got that part written because I feel like it really sets the tone of their relationship, and knowing kind of the vibe that I want it to have, at least, even if I'm changing some of the specifics later on. I think it's just going to be really helpful for me to write that. So I'm very excited that I got that done yesterday. I did write some of those words during the Blacklisted stream. So if you're not subscribed to Blacklisted, they do streams every other Thursday. So make sure that you go over to their channel and subscribe, and you can get notified of when they're doing live streams. I'm gonna have to come back and do the rest of this update later. Hello, so I'm back from taking my mom shopping, and I am, what else did I do? I had lunch. It is it's 2:18. I don't remember where my last update was, and I'm sorry that this vlog has mostly just been me sitting here giving updates. This morning, I met with my cover designer. I think I talked about this already. And the final cover should be done next week, hopefully by the 13th, if not the 14th at the latest. And I also reached out to the NetGalley co-op that I'm using to see if they could push me back to October 22nd instead of October 15th to start my slot on NetGalley, because I was a little nervous. I was just cutting it a little too close. We'll see what they say. Just coordinating things has been a little difficult. The cover has just been taking longer than I thought that it would. I'm not trying to be shady towards my cover designer at all. I think things just come up, and I'm just gonna make sure that I next time have the cover like well in advance. So just a learning experience, and me just kind of trying to figure out like the order in which to do things, and I think next time it's gonna run way more smoothly. And I talked with her about like, okay, if I book you earlier in my process, can I come back to you at a later date with like the, you know, once the book's done with, you know, the print file templates that tell you how big to make everything. And she was like, oh yeah, that's what I do all the time. So I was like, okay. I don't know if I actually got around to giving you this update this morning, because I was getting interrupted by literally everyone and everything. And it's not confirmed yet, because like the NetGalley co-op had to reach out to NetGalley. NetGalley had to say, oh yeah, we can do that. And then the NetGalley co-op had to check with me to double check that it would work, and I had to say yes, and then they have to tell NetGalley yes, and then it's confirmed. Sorry, hopefully you guys got what I was saying there, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get a NetGalley feature spotlight thing in the romance category. I think it's gonna be like on their site, they have like a carousel where you get featured in that carousel. If you pay for it, you have to pay for it. It's not like a thing where they're reading the books and they're like, oh, these ones are the best that we read, we're gonna spotlight them. It's like you pay for it. But I did decide to go ahead and do that. It felt like something where if I get it, because they said that slots fill up really quickly, so I was like, there's a good chance I'm not gonna get this, but I decided to just like kind of apply for it anyways. And I was like, universe, if it's meant to be, I'll get it, and if it's not meant to be, I won't get it. I got an email this morning saying that I could potentially get the slot for November 10th. So yes, November 10th. And it runs for a week. So I don't know, we'll see how that goes. I had to write like a tagline for it in a smaller blurb. So that was kind of an interesting experience, because I hate writing that type of stuff. Like, I don't know how to be concise about my book. Like, if you were to ask me what my book is about, I'm gonna be like, how long do you have? Let me just tell you everything because I don't know how to be concise. But I think that was everything that happened this morning. And again, I was trying to give an update earlier this morning and I just kept getting, it was my dog, then my mom had to ask me a question, so it was just like people kept coming in and I couldn't focus anymore and I was just getting overstimulated. So, but now I'm going to start my to-do list. I mean, I've already checked off a few things, but I need to get more done. So I'm just gonna set a timer and do a little admin sprint for 30 minutes and just see what I can get through. And then I do have some beta reading on my to-do list, and as much as I would love to get a chunk of it done today, I'm not sure if I will be able to, so I may have to move that to next week. And I am trying to very specifically, it's almost comical because my to-do lists on the weekdays are so long and then I have nothing on Saturday and Sunday, and I really want to keep it that way. I am exhausted and stressed and tired and I've had a lot going on, and I want Saturday and Sunday, I just want to be able to, honestly, I just want to read a ton. Like I'm in the middle of Servant of Earth. I'm loving it. When I first started reading it, I was like on the fence. I was like, this kind of feels like it's just gonna be another, you know, not that ACOTAR was the first book to ever do this, but like, you know, a human girl goes to the fairy realms. It kind of starts off like that, and I was like, I kind of feel like I've read this before, and I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, but I am loving it. I'm intrigued. I feel like the magic system is intriguing, the way that the Fae, like, political situation thing, whatever, it's intriguing. Like there's, yeah, like I'm just really enjoying it. Anyways, I just want to finish that this weekend, to be completely honest. And it's also, I got it from the library, so I'm running out of time. And if I do run out of time before I have to, you know, give my loan back or whatever, I will just buy it because the second book's already out. So I will probably, actually, honestly, unless it ends in a way that I just absolutely hate, I'm gonna buy it. And the second one, I think it's a duology. Anyways, I just want to read. I just want to binge. I might even take myself to Barnes and Noble on Saturday to get the second book and the first book if they have it in stock. I might do that because I want to keep reading, and I also want to knit. So by the way, sorry, again, I know some of you won't care, but I knit this myself. So I just have to show that off really quick. And I'm so excited that the weather is cold now, so I can wear more of my knits. But I am working on this pullover, and I have one sleeve done, and I'm working on the next sleeve. So I would really love to finish this weekend. So I don't want to do any work this weekend. I just want to knit and read. That's all. I'm going to, so we're going to do some work. I'm going to set my timer to 30 minutes, and I'm just going to try to make my way down my to-do list, and we'll just see if I can get to everything. Yeah, let's do that now. I've got like 7 minutes left of my little admin sprint, but I wanted to kind of talk through this next thing that I'm doing, because this is the type of thing I feel like I don't ever see people talk about on their channels, or maybe I'm just not watching enough people. But I had assigned my ISBNs, plural, one for the ebook, one for the paperback. And when you do that, you have to specify the release date. I think it is something that is required. Yes, publication date. So I put November 5th. I was feeling very ambitious, optimistic, delusional, but I'm gonna push it back. I'm not gonna tell you guys what I'm pushing it back to because I haven't released that information yet. And then it goes back, I'm just noting this because I'm seeing it for the first time. it goes back into a pending status. So like when you make changes, I don't know if they have to be approved somewhere. Oh, and I don't have, well, that's lovely. I do not have my blurb in here. It's not necessary, but I would like it to be in there. So let me go ahead and update that since I'm updating everything. Oh, that's not. So I'm updating it to, again, have the new release date, and then it didn't have the blurb in there for some reason. Again, it's not really important. I'm not even sure where this information gets sent to. I don't know how it works. If I go back, that should also put this into a pending state. Yep, so they're both in pending, and I'm assuming it'll go back to being assigned like after a couple days. So it's not really, I don't know how important that information is, but I figured I would go ahead and do that. We have 1 second left. So, okay, so what I got done, I replied to YouTube comments. That was easy. Didn't take very long because I don't have that many comments. And then I also checked, I happened to just realize that I hadn't checked after I had uploaded my last video, but I did put out a call in that last video for ARC readers, and so I just decided to check my form to see if anybody had signed up, and someone did. So I went ahead and I had to reactivate my book funnel link for sending out ARCs because I had set a max amount of downloads. It had hit that already because of the amount of beta readers or the amount of ARC readers I had signed up. I just had to reactivate that link, and then I had to send out the email with the link to the person that signed up. If that was you, thank you. I appreciate the interest. And by the way, if you signed up, whether you're someone else that signed up or the one person that signed up for my last video, if you didn't get an email or anything, definitely reach out to me. You can DM me on Instagram if for some reason you signed up for that form and didn't get an email back. But yeah, so I sent out the email to that one person. If you really, really want to sign up still, I'll maybe throw the link again into the description of this video if you're like dying to be an ARC reader, but I am going to be putting my book up on NetGalley as we've talked about, so I don't know that I necessarily need more, but I guess it wouldn't hurt if you're really excited about it and you want to ARC read, let me know. I think my book will get quite a lot of, I don't know, I've heard like fantasy romance does really well on NetGalley in terms of like when you put a fantasy romance book up, it gets a lot of interest from people, so I'm hoping that NetGalley will generate quite a few reviews for me, but it also wouldn't hurt to have more outside of NetGalley as well. So if you're like, yeah, actually I would love to review your book, just fill out the form. Again, I can't guarantee that I'll send it to you, and it's not a physical copy. I need to make that very clear. I don't want anyone expecting a physical copy and then I just give them the e-ARC and they're like, oh, what? Sent out that email. So that person should be all set. I hope you enjoy, hope you like the book. So yeah, the next things I have on my to-do list, I have a scene from one of my critique partners that I'm supposed to read. It's not really to give feedback, but mostly just for fun. But I also want to make like a master list of, I kind of already have one, but I feel like it might be a little outdated, so I kind of just want to go and clean it up, kind of make a new one of just all of the things that I still need to do for self-publishing. There's still so many things, and I just want to try to be as organized as possible. And then the other kind of big thing that I feel like I keep moving to the next day, it keeps getting shifted over, is I need to make a new Goodreads account, because when I go to claim, once my book is on Amazon, then I believe it will get picked up by Goodreads, and then Goodreads, I can go in and like claim the book as mine and like have an author profile. And so I'm like, do I do that now, or should I just wait and do that later when my book is actually listed on Amazon? And then maybe instead of doing so, I could move that to Monday, because it doesn't need to get done today, because it's not like I can claim my book right now anyways. And then I also wanted to just go and kind of clean up my actual Goodreads account. I think I'm going to change my name on it, so it's not like associated with me as an author, because I want to still be able to keep track of the books that I'm still a reader. I want to keep track of the books that I read and what I think of them. I'm going to save my author profile. That's when I will basically only say that I like read a book if I really liked it and give it 5 stars, and then there's nothing else going to be on there because I just don't want to start beef with anybody. That's the big thing. And I think going forward, even on my personal Goodreads, I will probably, unless it's a 4 or 5 star review, I'll probably just won't review it. Like I probably won't give it a star rating. I would love to know people's thoughts on that, on like, should authors review books and things like that? Like, because I'm of 2 minds about it. Like I think absolutely we should be able to, and it shouldn't be seen as anything like negative or weird, because like obviously all writers love reading. Like why else are we writing a book? And then on the other hand, I'm like, yeah, but it's also like publicly giving a review to people who are kind of almost like coworkers. So it's a little different if it's like you're reviewing someone who is really successful. Like if I were to give a Brandon Sanderson book like 2 stars, like that's probably not really a big deal. But if I give another indie author like just a 3-star review, suddenly that feels like mean. Do you know what I mean? It's like punching up versus punching down, or like across. Anyways, so I think getting back to my to-do list, I'm gonna move the Goodreads thing to Monday because I just don't think that I need to be worrying about that right now since the book is just not up. Her head is just there. It is Monday. I did not a lot this weekend because I wasn't going to do anything this weekend because I needed to just rest. I did finish my sweater, but actually let me go ahead and grab it. Okay, it still needs to be, I need to weave in these ends here, and then I need to block it. Basically I wash it and lay it out, by like hand wash it. So this is it. So yeah, you'll probably see me wearing it because it's been pretty cold lately. Finished that this weekend. That was fun. I've been really stressed today because of just some things with the things that go into releasing a book. I'm being intentionally vague because I think it's all gonna turn out for the best and I don't want to like overreact. But I am a little stressed because I still don't have my cover, and my book is supposed to go up on NetGalley on Wednesday. It's Monday. Book's supposed to go up on Wednesday. I thought that I would have a cover by now. I was supposed to. I was under the impression, and maybe I misunderstood, but I think I was supposed to have a cover by last Friday. That didn't happen. I'm not blaming my cover designer at all. I think maybe there was a miscommunication of sorts, and in the future I will just be booking people in advance, like very, very far in advance, but there's always like built-in time after. But it's just been a lot of trying to schedule everything and juggle everything. Like, okay, like I have to pick a release date and kind of work backwards from there, and like, okay, when do I get on NetGalley if I want it to coincide with my release date, or like work well with the release date that I picked. Like, when do I need to get on NetGalley? So yeah, it's just, there's a lot of moving pieces. It maybe wouldn't have been a big deal if I had decided to like not do NetGalley. NetGalley is optional. It's not something you have to do. But I just figured, I believe in my book. I love my book. I just want to get it into, I want to get it on people's radar, and I want it to get it into the hands of people to start building that reader base, because I know when the right people find my book, they're going to love it. So I really believe in my book, so I'm like, I just want to put in that extra money to get it out there, and it wasn't terribly expensive, so it just felt like a really good deal to go ahead and try out and just see. I'm waiting to hear back from the NetGalley Co-op to see if I can push my slot back to October 22nd. And I said, like, hey, if this is not possible, like, absolutely fine, like, please just let me know. I'm trying to give my cover designer more time to finish the cover. She says that she can get it to me first thing tomorrow, but there was something that we had discussed adding to the cover that when she sent me kind of her current proof of it, that was not on the cover. I just wanted to see if, again, maybe I misunderstood that she was going to be doing that, adding this piece to the cover. So I asked again, and I'll see what she says. And even without this piece though, the cover looks amazing. I can't wait to show you guys. I think that it's really cool and it's kind of badass. So, and I feel like it does represent both Bliss and Pisces. But yeah, I do have a call with Ash actually in 30 minutes. So we're gonna talk about, there was something that she wanted to talk to me about that I think has to do with her whip that she's working on, and then I want to spiral a bit about my cover with her, and I'm gonna show her the proof that my cover designer sent over, because I think too, once I see that somebody else is like someone else's reaction to it, when like someone else sees it and they're like, that's so cool, I think that'll help me feel better as well, especially if the other element that I wanted doesn't get added to it. I think it'll help. So I'm just trying to go with the flow of this, but while also still like allowing myself, like, I am stressed, so it's okay that I feel stressed. It's okay. But it's all gonna work out beautifully. It's all gonna work out beautifully. But I did need to spiral for a bit. I was messaging AJ earlier, just like spiraling a little bit. But then my cover designer got back to me with the proof, and then I was like, okay, so like it basically is ready to go. Whether or not that other element that I wanted gets added or not, I'm gonna be happy. Maybe it would make the cover too busy. I don't know. So, but I think it looks really good right now, and she just is continuing to put the finishing touches on, and like, because she can have it first thing tomorrow, she said, and that I think gives her still a good amount of time to work on it because she's ahead like a few hours, like a full work day ahead of me, so she'll have all of tomorrow like to work on it basically, I feel. So, and then I'll wake up and hopefully have the final ebook file. The paperback is not done yet. That file is not done yet, but stuff is coming together and I am very excited. Like, don't get me wrong, I am so excited. I'm also stressed. So I'm hoping once this piece of it is finished, I can somewhat relax a little bit more. And then I also unfortunately did not get to do as much writing in Project Heartbeat. That's where I wanted to focus on while I'm taking time off of book 2 in the Born and Made series. So I wanted to get more work done on the dark romance, but it just didn't happen, and that's okay. I mean, I did get some done. I got some done, but I wanted to get a little bit further on it. I kind of have this ambitious goal of like finishing a 0 draft by the end of the year, and I think that's still doable, but I don't know yet. This morning, or like earlier today, not really, it's like kind of around noon, I went to Barnes & Noble because, okay, so listen, I finished this book over the weekend. This is Servant of Earth by Sarah Hawley. I decided to go ahead and get the hardback. I used to be a paperback girly, and for some books I still am, but in other books I'm kind of starting to realize I like the hardback better. But it's like, it really depends on the vibe of the book. Like for my Allie Hazelwood, I don't even know if they do hardbacks of her books, but I don't want them in hardback, I want the paperback. But for this one I was like, I want the hardback. I really enjoyed this book. I had such a good time with it, and I finished it last weekend, or this past weekend, and it doesn't end on a huge cliffhanger or anything, but it's obviously book 1 and there's obviously another book. Does that make sense? Like, the story is obviously not completed, but it also didn't leave on like a huge cliffhanger. But I still loved the world so much and I want to know what happens next. The slow burn is very slow in this book, and I'm curious to see how it goes in the next book because I feel like we didn't get enough of the love interest in this book. Like, but I'm like, but it's also a slow burn, so maybe that was intentional. I feel like it works that we didn't get to see him very much in this book, but that just, you know, makes you want to see more of him. So I couldn't wait for this. These two books are not on Kindle Unlimited, so I had to get Princess of Blood, which is book 2 in the Shards of Magic series. I knew I had to get my hands on this. This came out at the end of September, I believe. So if this is not the last book in this series and there's a cliffhanger, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I actually, sometimes I like, you know, it's nice when you find a completed series and you can just binge it, but it's also nice to have a series that's ongoing where you have to wait. You're forced to wait for the next one. There's something magical about that too. You know what I mean? So it's okay. But I had to get this book. I'm very, very excited. It has, so the series has a sentient dagger. That's not the love interest, just by the way. I feel like I need to make that clear. But it's just, it was a fun, like, part of the world building and magic system I really liked. And yeah, so anyways, I mean, I already read this, but I had to buy, you know, it was one of those ones where I'm like, I want to buy a trophy, and then I want to get the next book to read. The other reason to go to Barnes & Noble, I had to pick this up. Ali Hazelwood is probably my only, at this point, my only auto-buy author. I will buy anything that she writes. I still need to get the, is it the Scared Sexy collection? I don't know. I still need to get that one. And I still have more that I haven't read from her. That's on my TBR. But I'm trying to keep up with the new releases at the very least. And then I also did order the Kickstarter for the, is it After the First? It's another collection of novellas with different authors. But yeah, and then I need to tidy my bathroom and my bedroom today. This room is a mess, and it needs a very big tidy. I don't have the energy for that right now. I'm trying to focus on keeping my bathroom and my bedroom clean, and then I'm hoping that'll eventually, I just accidentally like booped her. Hoping it'll extend to this room eventually. Like, oh, as I keep those other ones clean, this one will also become clean, and then I'll be able to keep all of it clean. That's the goal. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we'll see. With a little update. Excuse my hair, it is wash day. I do need to shower still and wash my hair, and I've been putting it off because I don't want to wash my hair. I got my cover today and I don't know if I'm going to be able to put it. I will put it here if I've already done the cover reveal, and if not, then I won't. It turned out so well. I've learned a few things that I'll get into in a minute, but it turned out so well. It's just gorgeous. Every time I look at it, I'm just like, this is my cover? Like, this is gonna be what's on my book? What? Like, it's just so cool. And I feel like it represents the book very well, in my opinion, and I just can't wait. I can't wait for people to see it. I can't wait for people to read my book. I feel like now that I have the cover, I can be excited about the release now, whereas like before I was just a little stressed. So I do want to talk about that. And I want to be clear, this is not I'm not putting any of this on my cover designer. Things happen and you can't predict this stuff. And so like, so yeah, so I was a little stressed with the cover just because when I booked my cover designer, basically the cover was supposed to be done a lot earlier. And I think that unfortunately it really just came down to my cover designer got sick and wasn't able to work on it like when it was on her calendar to work on it. And it just kind of, I think, pushed a lot back. And I'm sure she has other clients as well that she probably also had to be working with while being sick, while recovering from being sick. And so I definitely understand it from the standpoint of like, you know, things happen and you can't always control those things. It still was a stressful situation, just like not knowing when I was gonna be getting the cover, and kind of having like me not having the cover was making me have to push things back, and that was getting a bit stressful, but it was well worth the wait. I'm so very happy with it. And everybody I've been sending it to a couple people, you know, have to get, you know, the early the early reactions into the cover from like a few people. So I just sent it to a couple friends, and I'm just really excited because they had really good reactions to it. So I'm just very happy with how it turned out. I do think it is going to be something that catches people's eyes and they're going to be like, what is that? Like in a good way. Like if my book were to be in a store, like a bookstore, which it's probably not going to be, maybe, we'll see, like maybe an indie, like local indie bookstore or something. If it was on a bookshelf, I think the cover would catch people's eye, and I think if they see it online, it's gonna catch their eye and they're gonna be like, I want to know more about this book. So yes, I'm very happy with it. I cannot wait to just do the cover reveal. I have like one post that I want to do first that's kind of teasing like, hey, the cover reveal is coming soon, but here's a little bit about my book, and then I'll do the cover reveal. My cover designer also made up some like Instagram posts for like revealing the cover, so that's pretty cool. I'm excited to share those. And then she also gave me some like the title and my name that I can like add on to posts that I make. So like just a little bit of like marketing tools for me. So that's just part of the package that she does, which is really awesome because I think it's helpful to keep things very cohesive like with the cover. And she did it in the colors of the cover and everything. So I'm just pretty excited. I am going to be like kind of redoing my website to match the cover better. I want the colors and everything to kind of go together, and I think just with each new release, whatever the covers or whatever the colors are on a cover is like what I'm going to try to match my homepage of my website to. But I will be getting on her calendar for probably around June, because I'm not like I won't be releasing book 2. It's looking like it won't be until September to October of next year. Now that I know what goes into getting a book out, and it's just so many things taking way longer than I could have anticipated without having been through this process before. Sorry, also to switch gears like just ever so quickly, like one of the reasons why I was getting really stressed was because my book was supposed to go up on NetGalley tomorrow, and I didn't have a file to send them because it didn't have the cover. I would have had to either upload without a cover or put a fake one up there, and I didn't want to do that because I felt like that just felt really unprofessional. And so I asked them last week if I could, you know, push my slot back in a week, and they didn't get back to me until today. So I was stressed because I was like, tomorrow I like need to have something to give them, like some file to give them, and I was wanting to, you know, I wanted to obviously give them a file like last week, you know, just to be prepared kind of thing. So now I can get the files together. I can kind of take my time with it and give it to them like in a couple days. But I was just like, this is getting to be, it's just cutting it too close, and I'm stressed. And then even if I do get the cover on time, which I did, I was like, it's too stressed, and I don't want to deal with like receiving negative reviews on NetGalley while I'm stressed. So I was like, I think it's just for the best if we push it back a week, hopefully. And they were very flexible with that, I felt. So that was really a big lifesaver. So my book will be going up on Neck Alley for ARCs next week, day after my birthday on the 22nd. The other random thing that I wanted to mention is that I bought some pens. Hear me out. I didn't have good pens to sign a book with. And they're the Sharpie S Gel. They're 0.7 millimeter tips. They write really well and they don't smudge, because that was my fear, was that I would sign a book and then I would smudge it and then be like, oh no, I can't give this to anybody. I've also been practicing my signature. I don't know, I have one signature where I'm like, ooh, I like how that looks. So I think I just need to kind of practice it. We'll just have to see, and I apologize if you ever get a signed copy from me if my signature looks stupid. I'll be back in a little to update on stuff, and then I do want to get some writing done today. Tomorrow actually is when I'm supposed to start my read through for book 2, like reading through draft 1. So I kind of would like to get some writing done today in Project Heartbeat on this last day that I had to kind of work on it, but we'll kind of see how I'm feeling. It's just everything is great. Everything has turned out wonderful. I'm so grateful. But I've been so stressed. So I'm just like, yeah, I need a break. I need another break. And my camera is dying, so I'll check with you guys later. Okay, so I'm just popping in for a final little update, and then we'll end the vlog. So it's actually the next day. It's October 15th. I'm supposed to be starting my read through, which I will be doing soon, and I'm gonna start a new vlog to kind of keep things going because I'm feeling like it. I don't know. Can't tell you why. But I just wanted to recap last night. So I, finished dinner, and I think I had already kind of updated you guys that I got like everything that I wanted to do on my to-do list. I got done, except for I just needed to cook dinner and get some writing in for the last day that I had to kind of be working on Project Heartbeat without book 2 being the priority. Like, I had those 2 weeks I was taking off of book 2. Yesterday was the last day of that, and so I wanted to make sure I was getting in some writing for that. And I did. So I ended up writing yesterday 3,496 words. This is all for my zero draft. I wrote in like 3 different scenes. I think like I finished a scene that I was working on. No, I started a new scene that was kind of from my MMC's POV after he meets the MMC. It was just his like reaction to that meeting. Definitely needs a lot of fleshing out, I think, but again, this is zero draft, so we're not worrying about it right now. And then I also wrote a scene. I wrote a scene between my FMC and her brother, kind of talking about the direction of her life. She's a little aimless, so I think he's a little worried about her, and just, they had to have like a little bit of a conversation, and I don't really fully know where that scene is taking place. I know I want it towards the beginning of the book to really kind of set up that, like, she's not got stuff figured out by any means. Oh, and then I wrote a scene between my FMC and her friend that sets up some stuff that's gonna happen in the book, and I'm just very excited. And then I also wrote a scene that takes place after that from my MMC's perspective. So the scenes are very short. They're not very many words. That's why I was able to get like, I think like, yeah, like 4 scenes written in under 4,000 words. So it's just, I'm just zero drafting. We're just kind of throwing shit at the wall, seeing what sticks with this draft. And but it's coming together. And so this month I have written in this project, I've written a total of 9,796 words. And then in September, I wrote 5,440 words. So I'm definitely like been able to work on it a lot more with that break that I had. I also did write a little bit in this I think I started the zero draft August 31st. So, but yeah, so total though, we did cross over the 20K mark. I'm now sitting at 21,000 words. No, 21,716 words to be exact. And I'm really happy with that. I am making just like, you know, little progress here and there. My goal with Project Heartbeat is to just keep working on it as a little, not palette cleanser, what's the right word? Just kind of working on it as a little side project for when I just need little breaks here and there from book 2. And then because book 2 is now in the revision stage, I think it'll be nice to have something very low key to be drafting. Like I just love being able to have something where I'm drafting. It reminds me of knitting in that sense of like, sometimes with knitting I want like a project that's more intricate where I have to really pay attention to what I'm doing, and other times I just want that mindless thing that I can just knit without paying attention to it. And I feel like I feel like this project is that for some reason. Not that I don't care about it, and not that it's not going to have a time where I'm gonna really have to like look into why things aren't, you know, working in certain parts of this story, but it's just been a lot easier to write. It's just one of those stories that seems to just kind of be writing itself in a weird way, and it doesn't feel like a good idea to not honor that right now, because there could be a time with a story where it's not happening like that, and so I gotta take it while I can get it, if that makes sense. Anyways, I think it's time to go ahead and end the vlog and just get into the next one, or just like back-to-back vlogging for some reason. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this was helpful or entertaining or whatever. I hope you enjoyed the vlog, and let me know if you have any questions for me that you want me to answer in the next vlog, or if anything that I talked about resonated with you, let me know. If you did make it this far, go ahead and leave me like a quill emoji, because I don't know, I'm thinking like I'm hopefully gonna be signing books soon. Like, got my cool new pens, so leave me a pen emoji or a quill emoji. I don't even know. I'm sure they have those emojis, and I like feel like I can picture them in my head, but I don't actually know. So one of those emojis. Yeah. Anyways, thank you again for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys in another video, or if you're one of my Discord friends, I'll see you on Discord. So